Hey! What's up, what's up, what's up? How you doing? How you been? What's going on? What's good? How you getting in? Body getting in funny. What's going on, people? What's going on, people? It is today of another day that we call Monday. And it would have been said, what's going on, people? Hopefully everybody's doing everything as far as prosperity in your life, and you know, you're still knocking down doors as far as your dreams and your goals, everything you want to get to, you know, and you don't let anyone deter you from your dreams in the world of, you know, circumstances. Anyway, that being said, I want to talk to you about the story at hand. Now, I don't know if you know about this story and stuff, but this is a story that happened in Brooklyn, Williamsburg. Now, there was a guy by the name of Taj. At the age of 23 years old in 2013, he looked like this. Okay. Now he went out and everything, and he went to a club, you know, with his friends, and he was on his way home. Let me give you a little description about him. Let me go slower. He is a student in Williamsburg in Brooklyn, and he's a fashion student, so you know, just fashions and stuff. And the thing about it, he was on his way home, and he was going past the Orthodox neighborhood. Now, and this is in Williamsburg as well. As he was walking and stuff, he was confronted by a group of men and stuff that was saying racial slurs toward him, allegedly. Now, as he was walking and stuff, you know, he's black, he was like, feels like he was a target because he was only, you know, he was out there by himself. He was a gay, single black man, you know, being put out there and stuff. So anyway, as he was walking and stuff, he came across a gang of men which attacked him. And after they attacked him, now the thing about it is that there were two men that was, as far as, it was a total of, okay, work with me here, because this story is a little confusing to me, and I have to work with you. Now, the story is being told that it was 5 men, and the only 2 that I seem to come up with was Pinchas Braver, 22 years old, Winkler, 42 years old. Now these are the 2 men that were sitting inside of court, you know, in reference to as far as their hand, as far as now. Now, it was also said that it was 5 men. But when I looked deeper into the story, Taj said it was between 15 to 20 men. Okay, here's a little rough draft of something that I came up with that happened to him, and this is in 2013, and he was being gay bashed by them as he was walking through the neighborhood and stuff.
Yes, Kevin, 5 members of a Williamsburg neighborhood watch group have now been indicted for the brutal gang assault of Taj Patterson. Now, cops say the attack happened right here on Flushing Avenue. Public advocate Letitia James and other local leaders took action right after the attack, demanding justice. Last December, the 23-year-old black man was walking home near Flushing Avenue and Spencer Street in Williamsburg. According to court documents, members of the Williamsburg Safety Patrol group, commonly known as Shomrim, began to chase Patterson down the street. He was jumped by about 15 members who savagely beat him up. Elected officials say the men also yelled anti-gay slurs during the attack. Patterson had multiple injuries to his head and his body, and he even lost his sight in one of his eyes. 5 men: Pinchas Braver, Joseph Frade, Mayor Herskovic, Aaron Holland, Ballinger and Abraham Winkler have been charged with gang assault in the first degree, among other charges. Each could face up to 25 years in prison if they are convicted. Commissioner Braden spoke out about the investigation.
The department from the very beginning very aggressively investigated that crime as a very serious crime with incredibly serious injuries caused to the victim. We initially looked at it as a potential hate crime and brought the hate crime unit into the investigation.
Now, we did reach out to the Williamsburg Shomrim patrol group, and they had no comment at this time.
Okay, you see that? It's crazy. Now, the thing is that I was trying to find a little bit more because it was saying in reference to, in the Orthodox era, they have the Shomrim Men, and the Shomrim Men patrol group. Now, I wanted to find out exactly what the Shomrim Men look like, and I was looking at their cars and stuff, so I was like, look at these cars. Okay, you see that? Now, to me, myself, that looked like a cop car from NYPD. You know, these are cop cars, but these are unofficial men as a group and stuff. And I wanted to find out like more information in reference to them. So, you know, I looked up and stuff and tried to find a man that was talking to him about the story. So this is what he was explaining in reference to what the men are, the Shomrim Men and the patrol group.
We're not going anywhere. If you don't like it, you can leave.
Sam Gillig is protecting his territory. He patrols Williamsburg night after night, stalking the suspicious from an unmarked truck.
You can tell when somebody's shady, you know what I mean? You can tell somebody's suspicious, like when he's nervous, when he's looking around, you know?
Sam is a construction worker by day. By night, he likes to think of himself as a superhero.
If I ever see somebody even with his hazard lights on, you know, and he looks like he's in distress, I'll always stop. I'll ask him, hey buddy, you need a hand? It's just who I am.
Sam's a member of the Kings County Safety Patrol. It's one of several private Jewish patrols in the neighborhood. We rode around the mostly Hasidic neighborhood on a weeknight, and we spotted no trouble.
Right now we're on South 5th Street.
Armed with walkie-talkies, but no weapons, patrol members share updates. They say their intimate knowledge of the neighborhood allows them to react more quickly than the police.
The Hasidic guy was beaten up right there at the corner, Williamsburg Street and Harrison, and I was actually the one. I saw it out at my window. It was like a block away, and I saw the guy, like, they started running, and I knew that something happened. They started screaming for help.
The patrol says it has helped police make over 800 arrests since 2002.
Taking care of the neighborhood. I'm doing it for their sake, for their safety. Some people don't like that.
He's right. Some think the patrols are harmful.
That's not right. No, that's profiling.
Others feel they're a needed presence.
They patrolling the neighborhood. That's good. That's a good thing. It's safe.
Okay. Now the thing about it is that it seems like you're not a person of color, then you are officially a target, almost like, you know, racial profiling. You know, and the thing about it is that they said they did this because their community needed to be helped and stuff. They needed people to get there within their community within a period of time. You know, and the thing about it is that the reason why I'm bringing this thing up because they caught the 5 men, they took them to court, and the 2 men that I was talking about, Braver and Winkler, they were giving community service. So they got $150 of community service, which started on Tuesday. And the thing is that basically Taj, eye socket, of course. He has a torn retina. He's blind in his left eye. He has blood clotting, and after they beat him and stuff, he got to the nearby, they took him to the nearby hospital. Now the thing about it was someone from the MTA had stopped them from beating on him and stuff. They was jumped, he said, about 15 to 20 people. So, you know, I wanted to find out exactly what happened because, you know, the story spaced a little way. So I found something about him saying himself.
I was yelling, please stop, please, please.
1 minute, Taj Patterson was out with his friends drinking on a party bus. The next,
they came up behind me, they grabbed me, they punched me in the face, kicked me down, knocked me out.
he was at the emergency room at Woodhull Hospital with a broken eye socket and torn retina. It happened on Flushing Avenue in the heavily Orthodox section of Williamsburg in the early morning hours of Sunday, December 1st. Patterson says the men who beat him up were Hasidic Jews wearing religious garb.
About 15 or 20 Hasidic Jews, Jewish men.
Wearing the hats?
Wearing the hats, the curls on the side. It was a uniform for me. I can't depict who was who because all of it was uniform.
The NYPD confirms the hate crimes unit is investigating. Brooklyn Assemblyman Dov Hiken told me it sounds so out of character and that while something obviously happened to Patterson, the allegations are bizarre. Police say Patterson was drunk the night of the incident and it took several days to piece together the facts.
It wasn't until someone stopped them, the witnesses. Otherwise, my son would have been left for dead.
Patterson's mother said 4 witnesses have told police what happened, including the driver of a B-57 bus who jumped in to stop the assault.
It's shocking. It's saddened me to even know that this level of hate exists and so close to home.
Neighbors we spoke with told me they can't believe anyone in the community would do this. As for Patterson, an aspiring fashion design student, he's still wondering why he got beat up.
I want these people to know that they can't just put their hands on anyone and get away with it and think that just because you have on a certain attire that you are allowed to get away with certain things. We're all equal here.
Okay, you see that? It's so messed up. He feels as though, you know, when it comes down to, you know, Solomon, that basically they work within the police department there. He feels as though it's a connection there, and they really didn't see. And the thing about it, I don't know if you talk about this, know about this, but they had first made the case, they had shut the case.
It happened as Patterson was walking home late one night in 2013. He says he had to push to have the case reopened, although police dispute that.
You know, to try to get them back, to open it up again. So now they open it, and he says he's going to sue the city and for unspecified damages and stuff. You know, and they said the sergeant had closed it out for improper reasons, you know, and his lawyer basically got to open the case back up, and, you know, it's kind of like a lot of speculation that's going back and forth and different things, but they got off basically with a slap on the wrist, $150 hours of community service, and $1,400 restitutional fine. They have to pay.
2 Hasidic men who admitted to participating in the beating of a gay black man in Williamsburg have been sentenced to 3 years probation and 150 hours of community service. The judge also ordering 22-year-old Pinchas Braver and 42-year-old Abraham Winkler to pay $1,400 in restitution to the victim who was assaulted back in December 2013.
You know, and I was looking a little more digging in reference to this, and I was a little shocked when I found out there was a guy by the name of David Jimenez. He's 40 years old, probably older now, but I realize it's like 40. So it's 13, 14, 15, 16. So he's basically 43 years old. And this happened on September 25th back in 2013 as well at 11:30 at night. And he was walking with his Boston Terriers, dogs, you know, because he had a couple of friends over and stuff. And this is like around the same area as well. And he was walking, he was on his way back home. He saw a group of guys that were sitting on the stoops and stuff. So as he kept walking and stuff, and this is between 3rd Street and Bedford Avenue and Berry Street, he was attacked and he was gay bashed. Guess what? He's not even gay.
Here it is, right?
He came out of nowhere, says David Jimenez, shouting and screaming gay slurs at him.
The next thing I know is like I have a person right behind me. I turn around and the first thing I feel is just like punch in my face.
Brutally beaten just a block from his Williamsburg home as he walked his dogs, Jimenez tells CBS 2 he's suffering from physical and emotional pain. Struggling to live life as normal, he barely recognizes his own image in the mirror. His eye socket fractured, nose broken, eyes blackened, jaw swollen. His injury so extensive, he requires surgery. Jimenez is demanding cops pursue hate crime charges against the suspect.
Okay, you see that? So, you know, it's just crazy. I don't know what's going on out there, but it seems to be a lot going out there in Brooklyn and stuff. And, you know, it really needs to be looked into as far as these cops and stuff. You know, you can't be everywhere at the same time and stuff, but it seems to be something very much going on in Brooklyn. You know, even though it's going all over the world, but it seemed to be very weird because it's around the same area where it keeps happening, where the Solomon Patrol Group is supposed to be patrolling, but it seems to me like if you're not within a certain Orthodox type of thing, they're not really patrolling, looking for you, as far as that. Just my opinion, because I don't see, you know, as far as that. But anyway, these was the only two that came up as far as them. They said there was other ones, which was 3. You know, there was more that's going to be coming up as far as trial, which I'll let you know. You know, but I found it very interesting that Taj Patterson, basically, they just blew it in the rug, just slap on the wrist and, you know, whatever going on. So you feel as though the Shomrim Patrol Group has something to do with police as far as, you know, blowing it over. Basically, they're working with the police, and maybe since the police feel as though they're helping them, that they didn't really, you know, it's kind of almost like what you're going through in reference to a lot of NYPD that's killing people and they get a slap on the hand. So basically, the Orthodox, since they're working allegedly with, you know, police because they're trying to help them, is it going to slap on the hand too? Since I look for you, you look out for me, you know. Since you look out for certain things, you know, I'm going to look out for you. Now, see, me, myself, I never heard about no Shomrim Patrol Group. If you heard about them, I've never heard about this. I never knew something like this could exist. I also didn't know you could look so much like the NYPD and not even be a cop. And actually drive around in some type of format as looking like their cars that you drive and even have their clothes on. They look like a cop. And you don't even be cops. You know, and it's just something to think about. I never knew nothing about this. You know, I want to know, did you know about this? The Shomrim Patrol Group? You know, it's amazing because I've never heard of this. You know, and it's sad, you know, and I just thought to bring this to your attention, you know, because I thought it was really weird when I found out that something like this is going on, even though there's a lot going on in the world. But I was just a little shocked when I saw the Shomrim group that look like cops, but they're not cops at all. They didn't even have guns on them, but they could jump out and attack you. And as for Taj Patterson, they got a slap on the wrist. Anyway, that being said, I just thought I'd share this with you. And I want to say I'd love to hear you feel about this. Gay bashing seems to be okay when it comes to certain things, but it is what it is. Anyway, Taj, you stay strong, and like you said, you're suing the city, you're fighting back. You fight back, that's right. And for the other guy, you know, who even got gay bashing, he's not even gay. You know, David Jimenez, 40 years old. Well, he's probably older now, 43 now. You fight back as well. You know. Anyway, that being said, I would love to hear you feel about this. I want to say hello to my dogs. Yeah. I want to say hello to my kids. I want to say hello new people, boom. I want to say oh people, bam. I want to thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing. I want you to do you. I want you the best way that you can. And nobody likes it, then fuck them.